Hello, good night, Mr. Aris. Let me introduce myself. I am a Florencia Arena coming from the civil engineering class, and now I take your class in English. And here I am. I want to completing my second major assignment that I must read my essay that I had already made. And the essay that I had already made is The Unforgettable Experience, and now I want to read it. Here we go. Here we go. The Unforgettable Experience. One day, in the beginning of the January 2020, I had a monthly meeting about the coal supply for coal-fired power plant in Bali. Fortunately, the meeting was in Thursday, so I took leave permissions for Friday. I had 3 days to have a vacations in Bali, Friday until Sunday. Actually, I attended Bali with my three friends, but they went back to the Banten after the meeting finished, so I stayed alone there. My first night day in Bali, I stayed in a sharing rooms hotel in Legian district with the expectations I would find a new partner friends to get adventure in Bali. But the result was under my wishing. There were no people to stay there because it wasn't a season for holiday. I got bored, then I decided to walk alone through the Kota beach in the night. Alone. After getting exhausted, I took a rest in a nomadic point there and ate a pop me while playing the Mobile Legends games. I didn't know when I was sitting there someone was noticing me. In short story, I got acquainted with her. I told her I told her I told her my port activity here. Then she gave me an inspiration to go to Penida Island, and I accepted her recommendations. Next day, I went to the Sanur beach for crossing to Penida Island. I almost got cheated for buying a ticket. I was almost given a high price as a foreigner for crossing the ticket. But I put on my panic face hoping I would get a discount, and it worked. The ticket attendant said, "I'll give you a cheap price because you're a local person." So I crossed the sea. Here below is my picture before I crossed the sea. You can check it in my essay. Next, I had no detailed plan to do the in Penida Island. It was so random actually. The first activity that I must do was looked for the motorcycle and homestay, and then I got them with the Traveloka help. After searching some recommendations from the internet for vacations in Penida, I planned to go to the Clinking Beach alone until the afternoon, not the night. The trip was about 1 hour, and unfortunately the signal for the Google Maps was so bad. You know, terrible. Shortly, I reached the beach and also got acquainted with the guide tour whom was giving a tour to others. I mean, he was still working. He helped me to take some photos in at the Clinking Beach, although I wasn't his guest. This is my best pick as the results of him. You can check it in my essay. Then he invited me to follow him going to the Diamond Beach, which needed 1 hour again. The conclusions I would be riding motorcycle in Penida roads until the night. For your information, Penida Island is 85% looked like a forest with a small highway and with no electricity along the highway. I considered that matter actually, but at that day I became as a crazy person and challenged myself for following his recommendations going that place. I had never visited that place actually. Then I considered that the guide tour was a good man. He took care of me all the way to the Diamond Beach. I rode my motorcycles and he rode his car because he was still having a quest tour. Shortly, I separated with him in the Diamond Beach. It was a huge mistake that I chose at that day. actually. It was an afternoon in the forest. I was alone riding motorcycle for far distance with no signal in handphone. And the most problem was the road is too quiet with no electricity. It's so dangerous for me, for a girl like me. But I still keep calm because I knew that God always keep me in everywhere. Then I walked around to the beach, took some pictures by myself until the Brazilians approaching me and offered a help to take some photos. He said, "How a pity you are to be here alone and take a picture with a self timer." Actually, I got ashamed and ignored his word because I needed him to take a memories. This is his masterpiece of the Brazilians. When I was still taking a pictures, a local person noticed us not to walk alone, not to walk down because it was so dangerous. So I responded a local person with a bahasa, and we had a lot of chat because how to get back to my homestay. I asked him actually a lot. Then the Brazilians interrupt us and asked me, "Why can you speak fluently with the local persons? Are you Japanese, right?" Then I just laughed at him. "I'm not Japanese, I'm Japanese. I'm not Japanese, but I'm Japanese." Then the Brazilians was shy. Time kept running. Finally, I decided to go back to the homestay, although I was frightened, but I didn't have any choice. I must be brave, and finally, I reached my homestay with a safe. Then sleep for finishing that day. For me, that was the absurd decisions that I had ever made. It was fun for putting myself into a problem actually. That's all. Thank you.